Wait, I have to choose spotlight. Okay, spotlight. Neck piece is Khanna. No, neck piece is Shiva and Parvati. I'm not wearing Mr. Khanna today, but I'm wearing Shiva and Parvati in my neck. So funny. So that's the fun. Yeah, Megha. Neck piece is Khanna. All right, everyone. So fun. Um, Give me a minute. Okay. Yes, so we are all set. And so a very warm welcome to all of you. And, you know, starting on with today's session, how to look at your life experiences, how to look at the life experiences that we are having on a constant daily basis. Well, most of the stuff that I'm going to speak about is pretty much the same that we always do, how to look at every experience and where to look after every experience is taking place. But I just wanted this to be a two-way session. Sometimes people get stuck in events that happened a long time ago, and I'll give a few examples, but they get stuck and they don't really know how to understand that life experience. They don't know what is needed from them, even to move past that experience. It doesn't have to be a very earth-shattering experience, but sometimes those are the kind of experiences that you're unable to understand, unable to move forward with. And so if any of you are sitting with an experience that probably happened a long time ago, or maybe not, but if you're sitting with an experience that has been difficult to understand, that you don't know how to even start the process of healing yourself from that space, then this would be the place for you to write to me, and then we will talk about that kind of a situation. So whenever anyone comes to me with any question, right? And everybody knows this by now. I don't even have to talk about it. Everybody knows that I have one answer. Just look within. Just see what energy of yours has created this. But we also find that, many will come to me and say, yes, but I've been working on this for so long. And then yet it's not shifting. And what do I do to shift that? And here is the thing, how do you look at every life experience, even this experience that is continuing with you, that is not going away? How do you look at it? Well, to understand that life already is moving you to a place where you will come towards emptying yourself, emptying yourself. And when we are looking outside, for some reason, that never seems to be the place. That never seems to be the place. And I'll give you, small little examples. For example, if you get a robbery at your place, if there's a thief at your place, if somebody steals something for you never come to emptying yourself. You actually simply just think, okay, this one, oh my God, I was not careful enough. I should have had more locks in place. This place is not safe. I should get myself more protected. I should seek more protection. And so you always look around at more locks, more careful, more protection, etc., etc. You still are not looking at how, from this particular experience, how do I empty myself and what should I be emptying myself of? What is it that I'm carrying that has created this experience for me? And what in this place should I be looking at releasing? What should I be not taking forward with me from this point? We just simply keep looking at more. Okay, even when you come into this path, and I teach you how to release stuff, just release and keep releasing, because this is every day, something will happen again, and so therefore you keep releasing. And you think by releasing more, that means if you sit for 38 hours and you keep releasing, by releasing more, you are going to receive more. And so I see many people sitting for hours and hours and hours and hours releasing. As a matter of fact, when this journey started, and many of you know this, fun person called Kanika, and she came to my house, and she would, even when she's sitting in my house in the mandir, she would spend hours in a day simply sitting and releasing and releasing. अभी तो ये release करना बाकी रहता है, oh my God, वो release करना बाकी रहता है. And she was going incident by incident by incident. And then from that place, she wants to release whatever it is. Oh my God, there's going to be thousands of fears that you have already witnessed, and thousands more which you still haven't witnessed, and which will still keep coming up, and you will keep like, oh my God, this also remains. Oh my God, that also remains. And so doing more of the releases is not where the solution is, or doing more of anything. Doing is actually not the solution at all, because it simply is about witnessing. And yes, in a witness, you sit, and even there's a minor detail of doing involved over there, that you will find time to sit and look within. But as a doer, if that's all that you do, you sit and you look within, that's all that is needed. So when you sit with, okay, I need to release more because my husband has been bothering me for 12 years now, and now he's bothering me even more, so I release something even more. What is it that you are looking at as even more? The fear of the husband, the lack that the husband is bringing to you, the worry that the husband is bringing to you, and the finger is solidly on the husband and the event, on the situation and on the actors. That's where the finger is. So thousands and thousands of hours with one fellow as the actor is not going to sort out anything. It is not going to help you look within. Look within doesn't need more of the work. It just simply needs shifting. It needs shifting of the perspective, shifting of the eyes itself, away from that person and into here. That's what we need to understand about every situation. We cannot be releasing a situation by situation stuff. When we understand that a situation is created outside, we sit to look within to see what frequency is being created from this. What is the creation that I'm making? This is my creation. So what is it that I am making over here? And from there, then we can figure out what all is brewing outside, and where is the pot inside actually, what needs to be stirred and what needs to be taken aside. So when we look at any of the life experiences and we say, okay, what do I learn from here? What do you learn from chori? तुम्हारे घर में चोरी हो गई. So what is it that you learn from there? When you are looking outside, then you will simply get to learn to get more locks. And when you are looking in the inside parts to say, what created this event in my life in the first place? So to keep looking at every event on the outside, when you are going through, many people come to me and they are going through surgeries, or as age happens, something or the other will keep coming up. And then, they're like, okay, I have this pain, I have this body problem, I have that body problem. How do I look at this body problem? What can I do so that this body problem will go away? Again, when you are even looking at a life situation, to be looking at it with the fear that, oh my God, if it stays, there is going to be a problem. If it stays, then I'm going to be not, capable of doing things. If this problem stays with me, I am going to suffer. Then already you are looking at that life situation, or whatever the event has happened on the outside. You are looking at that with a lot of fear. So the first thing to do is to recognize that running away is not the way of dealing. Running away from a medicine, running away from a disease, both of them are not the ways that you are going to get a learning out of that situation. The learning from the situation can only happen when you come into acceptance of what your state in this moment is. That acceptance that, okay, this has come to show me this. Many of the people, again, I'm taking a lot of situations, a lot of situations that you might be kind of sitting through, and I'm going to give broad-based answers. But if you wish to get a more deeper answer for yourself, then please feel free to to call out, and we'll discuss more in detail. So when many people come to me, and then they are in the place of, I don't even exist. Nobody cares for me. I'm not even in a place of existence. Nobody cares for me to even think whether I'm dead or alive. There is no one who loves me. I have a husband and he doesn't bother, and I have a mother and she doesn't bother. When you are sitting in this kind of a space, then they say, why does it even matter? Why do I even need to do all of this work within? Because, nobody cares. I am a nobody. And when you sit in that space of nobody, what is your learning? As I say to you many a times, your learning is to accept that, yes, you are a nobody. Firstly, to begin with the acceptance of, and not the rejection of, I don't want to be a nobody, I want to be a somebody. From that place starts the run, starts the lack, starts the beginning of the cycle, because no matter how much of a somebody you become, for someone else, you will still be a nobody. So start from that space of allowing and accepting that, yes, indeed, you are a nobody. Look at that need to be a somebody. And so when we want, whether it's at work, we want to be a somebody at work, we want to be recognized at work, we want to be appreciated at work. Then if work is going okay, then we're like, yeah, see, everybody at work loves me so much, and at home, nobody pays attention. This is never going to come to an end. No matter whether it's office or it's work, no matter how many avenues there are, then you'll be like, yeah, my husband likes me and this one, but my friends, I have no friends. Nobody even talks to me. Nobody loves me amongst friends. This is a non-ending cycle, and this will keep taking you more and more. If this is the learning that you take, that from any place, if I want appreciation, I have to do more. I have to do more to be appreciated. Then that, if that is where you are running towards, then again, pause. Okay, let's see who went into. Okay, Gurmeet Nanda, please mute yourself. That's what. Okay, Gurmeet. All right. Yeah, looking for love from the outside. And if that is how you are going to be running, looking for love on the outside, wanting to do more on the outside, that is my learning, that I'm not good enough right now. Nobody is noticing me. So let me become somebody. And when I become somebody, and then I will show them. Well, you will still never be able to show all of them. You will never be satisfied by whatever it is that you want to show to all of them, because the fingers are still all around. They're all on the outside. And the learning that you have taken from this, that I'm a nobody, so I need to become a somebody, as a matter of fact, the need itself is to be looked into. And the learning is this. The learning is, learn to accept indeed that you are a nobody. Start from that space of acknowledging and appreciating being a nobody. It is so beautiful that when you become a somebody, many of the film stars that you see, and they're constantly hiding from the limelight. Guess what? They ran and ran and ran after the limelight. And when the limelight comes, and then they want to hide from it, and they don't want to be in there anymore. So no matter which side you are on, to be able to recognize that, firstly, you have to learn to accept who you are. Otherwise, you will never find peace on this side or on that side. You are going to still keep staying in lack, keep staying in, not being happy with the situation around when the eyes are outside. To look at everything that's happening in your life, the one thing that you can start to, completely, as soon as something happens, what would be the first thing that your mind would want to think? Oh my God, what should I do about this? Why has this happened? Why me? Or something. And then when you come to the frequency of the heart, what would I suggest be the right way to look at every circumstance, every situation? Start off with this one sentence: this is imperfection. Perfection, this already is. No matter what is happening, this is perfect. And then pay attention to what is this a perfection from? Which frequency is this the perfect frequency of? And it could be anything. It could be the perfect frequency of helplessness. It could be the perfect frequency of disappointments. It would be perfection. And that's how the learning begins when you are looking inwards. Whenever you come across a situation, whether it's your own illness, somebody else's illness, why is this happening to me? What is wrong? Well, firstly, to come to acceptance of the state, and then the acceptance itself will show you, but this is perfect. What is this here to show me? But okay, I can understand about me, but why does my young child have to go through all of these problems? The child is so young. Why does he need to go through all of these problems? There is no young child out here. This is your limitedness of looking at everything. There is only the energy of that child which is creating everything that is happening in their lives. And so to be able to look at every event as the perfect creation. Perfect creation has already happened. Now figure out what that perfection belongs to. Somebody came to me and said, so her father had abused her all her life. And she was like, but he's the father and he is supposed to take care of me. And how can he do something like this? I'm just a child, or I was just a child, but how can the father is a grown up man, how can he do something like this? The first answer, even in this one, was, but this was imperfection. This was imperfection. And she's like, no, that I cannot even believe, because why would my energy create this? Because I always say your energy created this and it was in perfection. Why would my energy create this? The father is the villain in the story. How can my energy create this? Something, such a bad experience for me. When you look outside at this, and now you want to take a learning away from this, what would your learning be? Your learning would be, you can't trust anyone. You cannot trust anyone. You cannot even trust your own father. And that's the learning, that when you go around in the world, you got to be very careful, because you can't even trust your own father. And that would be your learning. But then, is that the true learning? Is that what is going to empty you of your fears? No. As a matter of fact, when the finger points within, then what is the learning that we are going to find? The first reaction, oh my God, you cannot trust anyone. Well, as a matter of fact, that itself is the energy that has created this event on the outside. Can you imagine your extent of mistrust, your extent of helplessness that you held in your energies, to be able to, your extent of fears that you held in your energies, that they had to manifest at whatever your age was in this body terms, but whatever your age was is inconsequential for the energies, but that had to manifest so that already the stage was set up so that you could move forward in this story. You could move forward. And then the moving forward can only happen when the finger comes back here to claim the power that we are. So no matter what the circumstances outside are, when you begin to look at the perfection, but what did I create in perfection over here? I created more mistrust. Then please understand, what you created more of, that is not emptying you. That is what is going to play out more and more for you. Oh, for some reason, my battery is running low. Give me a moment, please. I'll take a few minutes, guys. For some reason, my computer is not charging. Okay, that should work. All right then. Okay, everyone. So here we go. All right. Where were we? Yeah. So when we look at experiences, and that is why I wanted to talk to you about, if you've had very difficult experiences that you don't know how to walk through, it is because we put our fingers on the outside because we think that it's not us. We couldn't have done this to ourselves. This has to be something different. But to understand that everything that is happening in our lives, absolutely everything that is happening in our lives is happening only from our own energy. Only from our own energy. We are not going to talk about what is the experience that the father chose, what is the experience that the thief chose, what is the experience that the robber chose. We are not interested. What we wish to do is to look within to make our lives better. When we are able to resolve this in our space, when we are able to sit in peace of mind, it's not about how somebody else should be punished. That is the body experience. For that, there are judges and there's a legal system and there's all of that. We are not looking into that space. We are looking into the space of not being judging to ourselves, finding peace within ourselves, and being able to love ourselves unconditionally. And so, in that space, when we are looking at, no, but somebody needs to be punished, even here, look at when you are looking at somebody should be punished for what they did, the finger is on the outside. The finger is on the outside. The finger hasn't come to claim the power that is within. This place is all about claiming the power that I am the creator of all that is happening in my life. Not somebody else who came and robbed me, not somebody else who did things to me. No, I am the creator. When I am able to understand that I am the creator, from that place of power only can we change whatever our energy is. When we continue to sit in the space of victim, oh, he is doing this and I don't know what to do about that, and that is happening to me. When we sit in these places of being victims, then we don't hold that powerful chadi in our hand. We don't hold it. We've handed it over. We've handed it over to somebody else, the one that we think is more powerful than us, the one that we think is going to make or break our lives. So many of us, it's so cute. I still remember this when I was at INSEAD. And of course, those were not the days. Those were not the days when I understood energy work, but the energy was abundance. And I didn't even understand that the energy was of abundance, but it'll play out. It'll not keep me fearful. I still remember that we were all preparing for consulting companies to come and we were preparing for interviews. And I went into the library to look for some cases. And in one of the computers on the side, I found that, oh my God, it has so many of these cases, but we had to pay for them. If you wanted to learn those cases or learn how to solve them, we had to pay per case to companies which were selling these kind of cases. Cases meaning, small studies which you do and then you solve, and then because consulting companies will ask you those kind of questions, they will ask you such kind of cases in the interview. So these were practice cases and stuff. So I found this computer that had like so many of these cases for free. Like you were not paying, and it was a library computer and you could. I was overjoyed. And then as I was leaving this, I was like, wow, I don't have to spend the money on this. Wow. And as I was leaving, there was this one guy, this Indian guy, who was coming from there. And as soon as I met him, he's like, "Hey, coming out of the library, what's up?" and all. I said, "Hey, everything is great. But you know what? I just found this computer on the side. And like, it has all of these cases for free. Can you imagine? Like, go and access that." And he says to me, he says, "Yeah, yeah. Now that you found out, just keep it to yourself, okay? Don't go tell others." And I just looked at him and I said, "But why not?" And he's like, "Now, this also I have to explain to you." And I said, "Yes, you have to explain it to me, because if everybody who got onto the computer and did the cases, if everybody was going to get a consulting job, then you are the one mistaken. It's not everybody, हर एक कोई अपनी अपनी किस्मत का खाता है। वो वहां पे सारे केसेस कर लेने से किसी की नौकरी नहीं बदल जाएगी, किसी की जिंदगी नहीं बदल जाएगी. This is a fun, we are all preparing, and this would help many other people prepare. But that's not where you put your focus on that, oh my God, I know this extra, everybody else shouldn't. And many of us operate from that space that, okay, I have this special skill and other people shouldn't get it, because then my value is going to be reduced. If everybody gets to learn about this, let me keep this skill, this ये जो हुनर है ये मेरे हाथ में रहे, and then ज्यादा से ज्यादा मेरी family में 4 लोगों को pass on हो, and so that we can be the ones to the complete play of lack through this as well, through this particular experience where you want to limit what you have received. And so beautiful that when I laughed at him, even that I didn't listen to him, of course. I went and told everybody, whoever I could find, that there's a computer over there where you can do free cases. And can you believe it? The entire college might have gone there, but not the entire college got into consulting. That was not meant to happen. And that is how we limit ourselves in our understandings. This is the learning we take forward. When we are only looking at the outside and wanting to, I should do better and nobody else should. We are not anymore, we are not going to benefit anymore from that, because this program itself is going to limit us. This is how we operate in a world where we feel so insecure about who we are, about how much we will receive. So how much will we receive? And I have said this time and again, I keep bringing up, even in my EM sessions, whenever the topic of money comes up, and I will bring it up again over here, because just the other day when I mentioned it for the first time, my mother listened to it and she was like, "Oh my God, this is such a beautiful thing that you said." So again, to tell you this, that whenever you are looking at money, whenever you're looking at abundance, when you're looking at Lakshmi, so many people understand ki, Lakshmi is the frequency of abundance. And I remind everyone, when you look at Lakshmi, Lakshmi's hands are open. Lakshmi hands are not closed. But when you get Lakshmi, when you get it, what is it that you do? First thing, okay, first let me put it to the locker. Then I will figure out how to hold on to it, what to do so that it never goes away. Let me put it into investments where it will only grow. It can never grow away. It is meant to pass on. It is meant to go round and round in circles. The more you hold on to it, the more limiting you are going to make your own life. Nobody else is. The learning from this, many people will sometimes, happens in life. People will go broke. Happened to me. I went completely bankrupt, zero. Zero is the cash that I had when I was at INSEAD. But even at that point, to understand that, okay, I'm here today. I don't even know how to get out of this. And wahi se rasta niklega. But I can understand that my frequency was of abundance. And so I saw in this manner. But many people who will go broke once, and they will actually then, what is the learning that they take away from getting broke? You have no money, and yet you have survived. That means money could come and money could go. But what is the learning that most people take away from that? Oh my God, I went once having no money. I must make sure that the next time this situation doesn't arise. So what is the learning that you take away from this? The actual, when you look within and when you're able to see the answers to what this entire situation is. Oh, even without money, I survived. I not only survived, I had friends who helped me out. Help came from everywhere. And those could be the learnings to see that the universe played in my favor, even with and without money. But no, what is the learning that we make? We put our eyes solidly on the money that we have and say, okay, now I have to cling to it even more because I've already seen what it is to live without it. And I don't wish to be in that space anymore. It does not empty you. Again, we started the webinar with this. The entire life's experiences are here to empty you. If you've lived once without it, you'll be able to live twice also. It won't be, but only if you understand that money can come and money can go, and it does not impact your journey of peace with it. The money can come, money can go, but what do we do? No, only if money is here, then I will feel peaceful. Wrong. When sometimes you have too much money, then also you don't feel peaceful. There are different ways of you not finding your peace. You have so much money, no, I shouldn't give to him. He's not treating me right. I should give more to that. Peace is still not happening. Peace is still not happening when you're going to still keep your mind churning. So the only way to understand each of your life experiences in very, very simple ways is to ask yourself when a life experience is happening and when you're looking at your own response to it. Is the response emptying you? Or is this filling you with more fear, more worry, more anxiety? What is it that every situation in your life is doing for you? So to be able to understand that no matter how many times small circumstances actually, in the bigger ones, people are still okay because when big something happens, then all your antenna come on. And then you want to look at the energy and you want to do everything. And I said, don't wait for the big moments. Live life because life is happening in every small moment. In a day, you are having responses so beautifully that, just the other day we were talking about, Lakshmi is like this, and you can let your hands go empty. And then the very next day itself, when she was giving out, my mother, when she was giving out clothes to the dhobi, and she's like, oh my God, you're charging so much. At the other place where we were, that fellow only used to charge us $10 and $20, and you are charging $30 and $40. And I again just looked at her and I said, just even if you have to give 30 and 40, give with joy. Just simply understand that, yes, this is exactly the money circulation. But right now, even though you're going to have to pay him, what is the frequency you're creating underneath it? It's just a dhobi. It's just $20, $30 or whatever. But it's not just a dhobi. It's your frequency of every transaction. What is your frequency looking like? Be that aware, because that is how we get to understand each and every one of our lives, events, circumstances, everything that is happening around us. What frequencies are we mostly roaming around in? Are they of joy? If they're not, bring yourself back to it. ले आओ वापस से. बहुत आसान है, सिर्फ frequency है. It's just a frequency. But when you don't think of that, when you want to justify, just the other day in our group, there was somebody who was, very actively speaking about how we need to protect the environment, showed something which was very, very beautiful in the environment. And then, no, all of us can't be going and visiting these places because then the environment would get spoiled, and we need to preserve, and we need to protect this Mother Earth. And I laughed. I said, who are you to protect the Mother Earth? The Mother Earth knows how to protect itself. Abhi do jagah pe ek flood aayega, all the entire population of that place will be washed away. Mother Earth will reign supreme. Mother Earth is always going to reign supreme. You are no one. So there is no Mother Earth around. But when you think of Mother Earth, and when you think of all the things that are going wrong on Mother Earth, what is it that you are creating for yourself? What are you feeling? And that is exactly the learning in every situation. The learning is not what all can you do to save Mother Earth from this, to save the water, to save the mountain, to save the greenery, to save the earth from plastic. When you think about plastic, what is it that you feel? When you think about the global warming, what is it that you feel? That is what you are creating for yourself. The lessons are not to be kinder to Mother Earth. The lessons are to be kinder to your own self. To be kinder to your own self, not to live in guilt, not to live in fear, not to live in worry, and to be able to catch all the areas where you do live in those frequencies and then say, oh, it's just a frequency. I can change it. And from that space, to be able to change your entire life. Okay, everyone. So that was the Gyan Bazi today. Anybody? Let's see what we have. No questions so far? Does anybody have any question to ask on some of the circumstances that they are not able to move out of? I discussed a few difficult ones where the finger does get pointed outside. But if anybody has a place or something that they feel that they are stuck, sometimes we are stuck on disease, sometimes we are stuck on the sufferings that one has to go through. Yes, Mr. Desai, I see you. And let me now
add spotlight ma.
Oh, अच्छा,
Add
okay, remove the spotlight from me. All
नहीं
right.
ऐड करेंगे तो दोनों रहेंगे.
अच्छा, okay. So wait, let me spotlight you. Okay. Let me spotlight you and then let me spotlight. Okay.
Add
Yes,
spotlight.
sir. We are here now.
Ma, so I was like, when you said that yes, look within and release your emotions. So
Hmm.
how would the next experience change if I have released and if I have not released? There would be a difference
Yes.
because sometimes you are aware and you
Yes.
release it, and
Yes.
sometimes you are unaware and then you release it later.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what would be the impact on my next experience because the frequency changes the moment you release it?
Yes.
So am I right? Just I wanted
No,
your
no, you're
input.
absolutely. See, the thing is, the change might not even be outside. So to
Yeah.
understand that when you release something, the change will be in you, that you will be feeling the impact of that. If you have released anger, then even if for next 5 minutes, you might experience a lowering of anger. And it might only last you 5 minutes. Okay. And 5 minutes later, you might be back in anger again. But when you are back in anger again, to understand that, okay, I am the angry man. The acceptance part, okay, anger has come again. Anger is just a frequency, and okay, I'm angry, and sometimes I'm not angry, or I'm angry. And so the acceptance part of it that we talk about, that acceptance already settles you down. Because now you are no longer trying to negate yourself that no, I don't wish to be angry. I am angry. That acceptance will already bring you to a place of a little bit more calmness inside. Understanding that yes, you are angry will bring you to a place of calmness. That's how it works, right? So the experience will be of calmness, and it might shift again. It might go back to another experience of anger, but this is how the cycle moves. So you can keep experiencing, but bringing the finger back within at each time when you are angry, that okay, this is anger. Okay, today again I wish to be the angry man, but I wish to be the angry man, rather than, oh my God, anger is always creating problems for me. I don't want to be angry. Anger is such a bad habit, and they say it creates poison. Firstly, accept that yes, anger is as much you as non-anger is. You are both of them. That is all that it is. So from that space, already the experience will shift. Then when we say but my anger is on that person, now I've worked so much, now that needs to work. Now that person needs to change. To understand that if that person is not changing, then still does it have an impact on you? Or are you able to say, okay, bhai, you are only the Shiva of anger? And I get that. I get that you are only the Shiva of anger. Okay. And then, okay, you spend your life because this is your path. So you can stay angry, and I will look at it and, okay, not saying yes. So when earlier a person might be angry, and then you will be angry in response, and they will be angry in response, and this anger will keep growing on both sides. Now, because of awareness, The finger can go within saying, okay, from the anger that is coming, do I wish to create peace for myself, or do I still wish to stay in anger only? And that's our journey. We do not have a control, cannot have a control on the outside. Even when I'm completely worked on something. So, not on the anger front or something, but let us take the example of I've completely worked on my abundance piece and on the house piece, right? So, firstly, what manifested from the house? What manifested? This house manifested, right? And then I worked a lot more in the middle when they said, okay, you might have to move. You might have to move from this house. Immediately, bahut sara kaam aa gaya because I had become attached to how beautiful this place is. But that was a year ago. And then I worked on myself and I worked on myself. Then when when the renewal came up for the lease went without any murmur, right? And that was how it showed up. And it was beautiful and everything was great. Except then suddenly it changed from the outside. And now the fellow said, no, you have to leave. And I looked within to see, okay, now that something outside is totally shifted, now what am I feeling? I was still feeling the same. I was feeling calm. What does that mean? That मेरा काम हो गया. अब outside में वो क्या दिखा रहा है? There are so many actors, there are so many people who need to be, maybe his journey of lack is not finished yet. So I cannot give him more abundance. So I came here, he has already, experienced abundance because when I came here, so many apartments were empty. I came here and all the apartments have now filled up. This is a landlord who has many apartments in the building. So, but maybe his experience of lack is not over. Whatever it is, he is Shiva. So to accommodate, will I go around telling him, no, no, I'm the frequency of abundance. You are doing a foolish thing. No, no, I'm the one who is working within. So I will simply look at everything and say, okay, this is imperfection too. But right now, when everything changed, what was the perfection I saw? This time I saw the perfection of peace. Because उसने बोल दिया, हमने सुन लिया. I didn't even bat an eyelid. I was laughing, अच्छा अब ये हो गया क्या? And it is not to say that I don't love the house. I love the house with zero attachment. It is unconditional love because I'm grateful that I got to live here for 2 years. What a beautiful experience. Everybody who came into this house had a beautiful experience of my energy along with everything. This is a beautiful space. So I am grateful. Why is it? Why? How can the fellow renege on his? Now I'm like, this is unfair. This is not right. That is not right. That's not the work. The work is only to keep looking within. That is how. And to keep understanding every situation on the outside is not to be controlled by you. Actually, even your own emotion is not to be controlled by you. It is only to be witnessed by you. There's a difference. I didn't say you got to stop getting angry. I said, accept that you are an angry man today. That anger is the frequency you are going to play in. But as soon as you begin to accept, you'll find that you are no longer angry. You can see through the game. वो जो कोई भी एंगर का शिवा है वो उसकी जर्नी है. जैसे आई सेड वो लैक का शिवा है, वो उसकी जर्नी है. व्हाट विल आई डू? आई विल बी इन पीस. क्योंकि मैं तो जहां पे जाऊंगी वहां पे क्या लेके जाऊंगी? मस्ती. तो फिर देन व्हाई डू आई बॉदर कि यहाँ रहूंगी कहीं और जाऊंगी? जहां जाऊंगी मस्ती रहेगी. And to also understand from this, it is so beautiful. Sometimes when we get what we want, we've actually moved away from it. Yeah. You might have been a kid and you might have said to yourself, oh my God, I had such an amazing experience when we were living in those kind of flats. And I wish I could live in those flats again. Okay. Then you build a house. Then you build a house and everything. Now suddenly your business goes kaput and you have to sell your house and go live in the flats. What has happened? Arey, you asked for it. You asked for it, it is manifested, but in a way that you didn't like. So to understand that so many times when our manifestation happens, just look at your story and see, did you ever ask for something like this? If yes, we are just moving through experiences. Life is moving us through experiences. Can every experience empty you? or fill you up. That's how you look at it. Because when we are aware, it can empty us. When we are not aware, it'll fill us up with something or the other. It might even fill us up with joy, but that joy will be external. So we got to move the finger back within to say, this joy that I'm experiencing, this is my joy frequency. That person is not giving me joy. That house is not giving me joy. It is my joy frequency. Then you become the creator of joy.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma. And
Somehow.
that is exactly what I could acknowledge, that
Yes.
आपका घर का zero attachment is appreciable. Last time you had that person giving a trigger and you gratitude का message आपने भेजा था उनको and all that. And to Ananda and Mani ji ka pura ye last Shivratri. So your attachment came to zero. That is
Yes.
the beauty part of it, what I can see.
And so that is why I was able to enjoy the place. And when you enjoy the place, then attachment happens. When you enjoy something, you enjoy some person's company, then their leaving becomes a
Right.
problem. It'll hurt you because you've
Yeah.
created attachment. That means the love was not to you didn't understand this is just love that is yours. You attached the love to that person.
Yes,
Even
ma'am.
when somebody gives you love, when you love somebody's company, somebody is so nice to you, etc., etc., you have to understand that this is your love that they are reflecting back at you. They can leave, they can come in, they can go out, and what will happen? Will the love reduce? No, cannot. Even if they won't give you love anymore, will the love that you have collected, that you are, the love that you are, will that reduce? No, somebody else will come and give you love. But we have that finger, nahi, wo chala gaya. Then the finger is outside. Our learning is, oh, I gave them so much love. I did so much for them. And then they just left. And then they heard me. So now, what does that I take as a learning? Oh my God, I should be very careful in who I do things for. I should not do things for anyone because they will only hurt me. These are the kind of learnings that we take away when we are not looking within. And then when people leave all the time in my life, like when money says, okay, they're going to stay with you, they come and stay. And then when money says, okay, now they're going to leave, they leave. And I am okay with both of those sides because when they are here, they give me love. I understand they are not giving me love. I am them. When they leave, okay, I'm still the love. Then I'll receive it from 5 other people, and that's okay because it was never belonging to them. It was always only mine to me. And that becomes the place. So to understand that the joy that this house gave, the joy was mine. And yes, the house gave the joy, but the joy belonged to me. And if I was, let us say, I really attached myself to this house, then what will I be sitting in? I will be sitting in a lot of sadness,
Yes.
right? So when I sit in sadness, to understand that the sadness is mine, not the house's. The sadness is mine. That's my frequency. And to work from that place, what am I going to learn from this? Oh, somebody when I mentioned this, that, okay, we could have signed the agreement in 3 months, but it never happened. Somebody wrote to me saying, Yayati wrote to me saying, wasn't that so careless of your part? You could have signed up any day. And you didn't do that. And because of that, you have to lose the house. I said, no, there's no point. There's no losing the house.
Yeah.
The house never
Perfect.
belongs to me to be lost by me. Nothing belongs to me. So nothing can be lost by me.
And
From
everything comes to me.
then everything belongs to me. कहीं पे भी चली जाऊं, सब मेरा. From that.
So that even if I understand that the trigger intensity reduces, matlab, if I'm facing the same trigger, the experience of the first time, I take it ownership, I look within, I release, and if the same trigger exists, again the next experience won't be of that intensity.
You would have actually seen that happens. That
Yes.
not just the trigger is of the reduced intensity, but when we keep, but you don't disregard it. Ki, Arey, phir aa gaya, but okay, I'm not that. You still look at it because it exists. That means work must be there.
Yeah.
When no trigger is felt, that's when your side of the job is done. And then might be that you won't feel trigger for 20 days. On the 21st day, you might
Okay.
feel a trigger again. Then the work is again on you. Because we are in the body, on earth, these things keep moving round and round in circles. That's how it is. Yeah,
Thank you, Ma. Well,
wonderful.
I was just explaining, I wanted to share that small kids, when I do the young leader,
Yeah,
that problem solving ethical dilemmas I was telling, and now it is drilled in them कि बेटा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने लगे पहले क्या करना है तो दे से लुक विद इन आस्क व्हाट एम आई फीलिंग आई सेड वाओ
so
मतलब if you are
beautiful.
getting at this
So
experience
beautiful.
Ma already blessed us that your children are coming to you who want to understand at this experience at this age क्योंकि
Correct.
उनको मैं क्या प्रॉब्लम है डजेंट मैटर वर्ल्ड के बड़े बड़े एथिकल डिलेमास में डील करवाता हूँ बट वो लोग क्या सॉल्विंग में लग जाते हैं मैं बोला बेटा कुछ भी आप एक दूसरे को मारते भी हो तो मैं क्या करता हूँ पहले पूछता हूँ आपको क्या फील हुआ रिलीज करो आपको क्या फील हुआ रिलीज करो फिर जो आप सच बोलो झूठ बोलो डजेंट मैटर व्हाट यू डू बट अगर आपने आपका इमोशन रिलीज कर लिया फिर
Right.
जो भी कर लो डजेंट रियली मैटर
Because what will happen then is once they have, those situations only, for example, these dilemmas also, when if you are constantly sitting in ethical dilemmas, then please understand that it is your judgment on one side of it that keeps creating these situations for you. It keeps creating these dilemmas for you. These are your creation. जब तुम एक बार वो जजमेंट ही रिलीज कर दोगे सच्चे और झूठे के बारे में, तो सच्चे और झूठे लोग ऐसे तुम्हारे लिए डिलेमा क्रिएट करना बंद कर देंगे. Actually, all of this is a manifested space. When I sit with a situation, oh my God, should I choose the right thing? Should I go for black money? Should I go for white money? Then the thing to do is to actually release the black and white ka difference. Then black money will stop coming to you. It is
एंड देन
only
कॉइन टॉस
it is only coming to you.
रिलीज करके कॉइन टॉस
Correct. It is only coming to you because you haven't released the judgments. Each of these dilemmas, no matter what the life's dilemmas are, the confusion frequency belongs to you. And so, in the confusion frequency, something right, something wrong, something judged will always continue to happen.
थैंक
Okay, wonderful. All right, so let's read out one more message which says, oh dear God. Let me see. I can see something. Okay, somebody says, I'm stuck with the suffering my child goes through. If you say you are stuck, then you indeed are. If you say that the pain, the sadness, the helplessness is my frequency, then indeed it is. Then if you say that a frequency can be released, then indeed it can be. But if you say I'm stuck, then absolutely you are. I get terrified when I receive unwanted attention from men. I have had traumatic experiences related to that in the past, stalking, etc. I feel I can't risk it again, so I run in the opposite direction. When any guy even hints at friendship, it seems I can't distinguish between happy and unhealthy attention. I know these are my judgments. Are there no dangerous psychopaths out there? Please help me resolve this. Oh, this is so cute. Firstly, to be able to look at. I love this. Are there no dangerous psychopaths over there? Yes, there are. As a matter of fact, you are one of them. Okay. So, because that's what has come for acceptance. You don't like dangerous psychopaths, then, well, if somebody can't understand, even like can't take in this smallest of attention, then who's the psychopath over here? I can see who is. And so there's your answer right there. Dangerous, you might be very dangerous. How do I know? So you are the dangerous and non-dangerous psychopath as well. So firstly, learn to accept that. So when you receive unwanted attention from men, oh my God, can you just see already the number of adjectives and adverbs that have been used over here. Even men has been used as an adjective, amongst the human race. This is the men human, and this is the women human. So even men are not just being used as men, any men, but attention from these species called men. Okay. So I get terrified when I receive unwanted. What is a wanted attention and unwanted attention? I don't even understand that part. So please to understand unwanted attention. To release from yourself the fear of attention. Can you imagine when there is no other? What does this translate to? If I release everything from this sentence, cross out everything and only say there is no other, so there's only me, myself, and I. So me, I get terrified when I receive unwanted attention from me. That is what the sentence reads like. You get terrified to love yourself unconditionally. That's what the sentence reads. And from that space of not liking yourself, from that space of not loving, forget loving, from that space of not liking your own self, you created those past experiences of stalking, etc. And you feel that you cannot risk it again. Oh, wow. Okay. You feel that you cannot risk it again. So you have that much fear. So you run in the opposite direction, which is absolutely not the place of acceptance. And that is what we talked about, to accept that indeed, today I'm sitting in fear and today I'm fearful. From that place, I'm going to stay fearful today because, well, fear is my frequency and I wish to play in it. From that space, firstly, to acknowledge and accept that, yes, you're an idiot and a fearful person, both of them. Okay. So when any guy even hints at friendship, there is no guy outside. So can you imagine so much of yourself you do not wish to be friends with? It seems I can't distinguish between happy and unhealthy attention. There is no distinguishment. There is nothing to distinguish because both of them are attention from you to yourself. Happy attention, and this one, unhappy attention that you give to yourself. Are there no dangerous psychopaths out there? Well, we showed you that if you sit with all these kinds of, terrors inside your mind, then guess who is the psychopath? Please accept that you are. There you go. Basically, my responses come from disproportionate. Again, disproportionate. There's nothing called disproportionate and proportionate. Fear is a frequency. I don't understand, there's a Sony channel. Oh, this is a disproportionate Sony channel. No, Sony is a channel. You put on the Sony frequency, Sony programs will play. Disproportionate fear channel will play the same programs as proportionate fear channel. There is nothing called disproportionate and proportionate. So disproportionate fear of male acquaintances. Again, Ardhanarishwar, Kaun. So these parts of you, the entire half of you, well, the entire half is incorrect, but half of you are rejecting. Half of you. That's a large percentage of yourself that you are rejecting. Okay. All right. Okay, everyone. That be the... चलो फिर इसी बात पे मेडिटेशन भी करवा दें हम तुमको, जब तुमने ऐसा बोल ही दिया है कि हम we are rejecting ourselves so much. Anybody else has a question? For some reason, I'm asking again. Does anybody else want any questions, any answers, anything that you wish to discuss from today's webinar? If anybody wishes to speak. Okay, yeah, I missed this one. The issue of slip disc is not resolving for 14 years. Shani says the issue of, I'm thinking it's slip disc. Is that right? Because it says not nail. Okay. So slip disc. the issue of slip disc is not resolving for 14 years. Yeah, don't look to resolve it. Firstly, come to accept it. Accept it that this is you. This is, so see, I actually missed out on something, but yeah, that's why I was like, no, Mani's like, nahi, kuch to baki rehta hai. So firstly, come to accept your discs, which are slipping every now and then. Come to accept them and be grateful to them. Be grateful for whatever that they are wishing to show to you. As I said, when we look on the outside, we are going to start resolving. And when we look on the inside, we start to look at what is it that this experience is here to show me. So what is this experience here to show you? When you again get a slip disc, or when the last time you had a slip disc, what is it that you felt? If you're feeling helpless, if you're feeling so choked up, frustrated, all of that, then that's your energy that has come to be seen. Again and again, it has come to be experienced through the experience of slip disc. So whether, so firstly, even for those discs to be so grateful that, okay, they have taken it upon themselves to show you how much of frustration or how much of fears is what actually leads to the slip disc. So you might have seen, you say you're joining this one for the first time. So if you are, that's fine. I have many, many webinars on releases, and especially fear. Fear is a base frequency. Most of us come from fear. And so to be able to come to abundance, you simply move to the frequency of fearless. You don't know how to move? Well, it's an easy one. Take the energy from Meenal. I hold that space as my claimed space. The energy of fearlessness, the energy of faith, surrender. That's what the frequency of Meenal is. And it's just a frequency. So you can be very much in it as I can be in it, because it's just a channel that I'm watching. You can watch the same channel. And so begin to take the frequencies, and then just gratitude, gratefulness for that, for those discs which keep slipping, because they are holding so much fear that they have no choice. But this fear is your experience, and now you can begin to shift it. Okay, yeah. But firstly, even before you begin to shift it, yeah, you will shift it, but not from the place of resolving it. Not from the place of resolving it, because the minute we put an outside outcome on it, then we are never able to release, because the finger is still on the outside. Now the finger is on the discs, and the discs are outside, even though they are within your body, but they are outside. They are not in your energy space. They are a manifested space through your body. So when I say look within, I'm asking you to look into the energy space. That's all that look within means. Okay, so now let's do the looking within with the breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And now, in this moment, the word that comes to me is love. Love. So simply a few times in your space, ponder on, think about, sit on this word, love. The love that is the love that you are. So the love that I am, and the love that is all around me. The love that I am. And as you say this line, the love that I am, see if logically you understand this line to be the truth or the untruth. The love that I am. The love to yourself. How much of that love are you? And as we just spoke about it, your feminine energy and the masculine energy, both of them, your own aspects. the tenderness that you hold, the motherly feelings that you hold to nurture. Those are your those are your feminine energies. Are you loving towards them? The bossiness that you hold, the ruling, the dictatorial energies that you hold are also you. Are you loving towards them? Both of them are simply your aspects. So the love that I am. Do you like yourself in both of these roles? If not, in this moment, simply just allow and accept whatever part of you that you wish to change. This wish to change will be released when you look at that part itself. I wish to change my weak parts. Well, now that you know what you wish to change, let's release this wish to change your weak parts and simply accept and allow and hug your weak self. The love that I am, I love my weak self. I wish to change my complaining self. Then, the love that I am, I hug my complaining self. I wish to change my angry self. The love that I am, I hug my angry self. I don't like when I'm so bossy. Okay, then. The bossy part of me, I hug myself. The bossy part of me, I hug. I accept all parts of me because the love that I am is simply love. No conditions attached. Simply love towards me, towards all parts of myself. I love the feminine. I love the masculine. I am both. And now look outwards a little bit and see. You will find a few people that you don't like parts of. You don't like someone's anger. You don't like when someone is constantly crying. Well, look at those two. They are the Shiva of anger, or they are the Shiva of sadness. If you don't like them, there is no other. You simply don't like your sad and angry parts. And so the love that I am, I love the angry self that they are showing to me. I love the sad self that they are showing to me. I love the disappointing selves that they are showing to me. I love because love I am. Hug those others for being the actors, the perfect actors for you. Hug them, acknowledge their role. Their role in your life is to show you and to help you accept all parts of you. ये सारे तेरे ही parts हैं, कोई सामने है ही नहीं. वो सब तू ही है जो सामने तुझे दिखता है. So accept and allow. Accept and allow each part of you to be loved. अपने हर एक प्रेम को, अपने हर एक पार्ट को प्रेम दो. हर एक पार्ट को, जिसको तुम चाहते हो, जिसको तुम नहीं चाहते हो, simply give love to all parts of you. Unconditionally now, simply hold yourself and give yourself a beautiful hug. इतने ही सुंदर तरीके से खुद को इतना ही प्रेम दो कि जैसे आज पहली बार किसी से मिल रहे हो, सालों के बाद, मुद्दतों के बाद, और उनको देखकर उन पे कितना ही प्यार आ रहा है. Meet yourself, your full, complete self today. The parts that you didn't like, meet them today with so much love that love remains and everything else dissolves. सिर्फ प्रेम खुद को खुद से. Only that remains. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Okay, everyone. Lots and lots of love to all of us.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Bella.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ma.
Thank you, everybody. Oh,
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
thank you.
Thank
Lots and
you.
lots of love. Bye,
Love.
everybody.